Hello. So last week we talked about active listening, and this week we switch a little bit the sides of the table. So instead of being listener, you will be the one informing. Today we'll talk about informing, and this is as a core competence for effective communication. In the last meeting we had, this 2-hour virtual session, when we had it with myself, I remember some of you saying, I don't have time to spend and talk with my people. Or if I had time, I would talk more with them and work more with my team, but now I don't. So sorry to say, but that's a lie. For yourself first. It's part of the priorities, but for informing, for communication with your team, you don't need much time. You need effectiveness in doing that. And you can start with informing. Informing has a very high return on investment. Things just go better. People are motivated who work with you because they are informed of what's happening in the team, how they are doing. If you say that you are too busy, or maybe you are a minimal communicator, or you only inform to meet your needs, maybe you don't package information or think through who needs to know what by when, all those reasons might be like a traps for you to be good at informing competence. So what you should do? Some people just aren't good at informing by their nature, but you can definitely work on that to fix it a little bit, to make it like a healthy standard for yourself. The most effective communicators, however, according to behavior research studies, do these 7 things. Imagine 7 items, it's like weekdays, right? So you can put like Monday, it's the one. So number 1, speak often but briefly. And by briefly, it's from 15 to 30 seconds. So it's very short message. The second one, put it for Tuesday, ask more questions than others. Even in the conversation that you have with your friends, maybe you met for lunch. Track yourself, be mindful. How many questions you have asked? How many stories you have told? And play with that a little bit. And instead of being the one telling, be the one asking questions. Do it as a silent experiment for yourself. Third, for the Wednesday one, make fewer solution statements early in the discussion. We talked about that in the listening course, but in this one, it's just repeating and the same. It's super important. Fewer solution statements early in the discussion. More listening, that helps for the informing as well. Fourth one, headline your points in a sentence or 2. It's very connected to very short communication, but it's like summarizing what you have said. And the summarizing, it's summarize, like this goes for fifth one, summarize frequently and make more frequent here is where we are statements. Why it is helpful? Because we learn by repeating the information. We talk a lot in the training field about the power of reflection. So when you are informing someone, reflection matters a lot as well. If you want to be quick, your summary and saying, so here's where we are statement, can be like a short reflection integrated in your speech, like very quick one. Sixth one, invite everyone to share their views. So you informed, you are inviting everyone to share back. And then typically really great communicators interject their views after others have had a chance to speak, unless they are passing on decisions, and that is it. Sometimes it happens for you as a manager that you have to bring the news that you don't agree with. There are some company decisions that you hate, or you would do completely different if you could, but that was decided in some another level or together but by all the team. and you had to do the trades. So what happens in those times? I remember some stories working with leaders in my previous organization, and some really had a challenge to deliver the news from the company. I remember one manager, Tim's team was already short of 2 people for like half a year, and people were really tired, overworked, quite close to burnout, and he had to bring the news of hiring freeze, stating for their team that, well, we're not hiring anyone else. Company really needs money for the new investment. We are acquiring another company. You can imagine what have happened in Tim's head, what was running through, and how it was hard to bring these news for the team while he was not really believing it himself. So what could happen? One thing, and that's sometimes a scenario that happens, saying, well, it's not my fault, company is doing that, company is investing, and I'm just bringing the news for you. That's it. But another way, and better way, is really stepping and taking that ownership and saying, this is where we are. We need this investment so we can be stronger in the future. And I need now from you, let's think through how we can solve it in the current moment with the resources that we have. So we need to, bring team together, but communicate not through a victim view, but through a leader view, really owning the leadership of a company as well for the change that happens, even if you don't agree with that at all. So really, deal with the heat. And informing is not always being friendly. Many times generates that heat, defensiveness, or even blame, attacks, threats. Many times team wants to shoot that messenger, and what you should do at that time. So first, separate the passion from the message. You might be passionate about different things, but you are here to deliver the message. Avoid direct blaming remarks, and deal with people issues directly but separately, and maybe offline if possible. Take one-on-ones, and the best one when it's hard messages, talk with people individually in the team, and after the call, if you announce some hard news for all the team, afterwards take one-on-ones for 15 minutes, 10 minutes with every team member to catch their feeling, what's behind. Because if you won't do that, they will start speaking and spreading a bit of toxic mood around the team without you, if you won't catch it before they do it. As well, if attacked for delivering bad news, you can always say nothing, keep a bit of silence, or ask a clarifying question. So questions here again play a huge role. And people will usually respond by saying more, coming off their position a bit, or at least revealing their interests if you start questioning them. So take the ownership, even if you are the messenger, stand for it with huge courage in informing, even in the times when you don't believe the message. Now I have one more homework for you to do. So this week, try Loom video recording tool. It's free online. You will see a link in the homework section. And record a video on one of 2 selected topics. Topics are one thing that would make you a better leader, or one idea how you would make leadership team better. So either you as a leader or all leadership team make it better. The challenge here is you can have time just up to 2 minutes, not longer than that. So I will wait your videos till the time that we meet. You have 2 weeks now. But week before the session, I should have all the videos from every one of you, because we will use that in one exercise as well that we will have in our 2 hours meeting. Good luck with that one. We'll meet in a week. Bye.